The Wall Street Journal has labeled Gen Z as the tool belt generation, as interest in skilled trades programs has dramatically increased over the past few years. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the Wall Street Journal labeling Gen Z as a quote-unquote tool belt generation, as interest and enrollment in skilled trades programs has dramatically increased over the past few years. Now, this is music to my ears. I love it. I've been saying we need this in this country. We need more shop programs, woodworking, HVAC, welding, plumbing. We need everything in this country, because what is one of the main things they say when we complain about the migrant crisis? Oh, Americans don't know anything. They don't want to work. They don't have any skilled trades. All they want to do is play video games and scroll social media. Then I'm going to get their hands dirty. Well, if that's the case, Gen Z can't really tell. They're like, no. We're going to go into skilled trades. We're not going to go to college and get a degree in underwater basket weaving and be in debt with no job to back it up. We're not going to do that. We're going to go to a skilled trade program for a fraction of the money. We might make more money than if we went to college. I'm not trying to say college is totally bad all the time. It depends on what you're doing. If you have a plan to become a doctor, lawyer, or some other kind of trade that requires college, you're getting into education and you want to be involved in mathematics, okay, I get it. However, if you're just going for general studies and you want to major in cake stands and things of this nature, you might not want to go to college. You should spend your money and your time wisely. Go get a skilled trade and graduate with little to no debt, probably no debt, and make money. It just makes sense to me. Now, before I go any further, let's get to the actual news clip. Of course, I will always link to the clip in full so you can see it and hear it without my commentary in the box. If you're on IG, visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
This minus this.
For teens across the country weighing colleges and careers, a path on which many had long cooled is suddenly white hot once again, as more of America's youngest workers take to the trades. At Wisconsin School of Technologies and Trades at Madison College, recent high school grads are filling classes and wait lists in construction, electric, plumbing, and welding. Nationwide, the number of 20 to 24-year-olds entering the trades is soaring, doubling among electricians and HVAC mechanics in the last decade.
Some have called Gen Z the tool belt generation. Does that ring true to you guys?
Yeah. Now, before they answer, he says, yeah, but before they get into it, these kids look so young. It's crazy. It's like one day I woke up and realized I was 40 years old. I officially became the unk. I'm the old guy. Okay. And to the young men out there who could hear the sound of my voice, I could be you, meaning you wake up one day and you're 40 years old. Now, what will you have to show for it? I did a lot of sacrifice. I did a lot of hard work, and I'm in a very comfortable space, and I'll be good for a very long time, if not the rest of my life. Will you? Now, this can be a path you take to have some kind of stability, because even if you don't weld for 80 years, you still have skills that can be useful in your everyday life. Do you know how many grown men cannot put together a bookshelf? And before I let the young guys speak, if you got the issues with the young ladies, you know what'll really kind of get you in the door? Hey, I just ordered this wall mount for my TV on Amazon. I ordered this bookcase. I ordered this desk, and I got to call some man to come help me put it together. If you can do it, wouldn't that be great? You may be saying, hey, that's kind of a small thing, putting together a bookcase. You'd be surprised how many grown men can't do it. But I digress.
I'd say so.
You almost fall in love with it.
18-year-old welding students Ethan Dahlhoff and Grayson Chambus had both been accepted to 4-year schools, but changed course.
I just decided, I want to work. I don't want to be in debt.
You don't want to be in debt.
To measure out an inch.
Instructors say that's a driving force, with more than half of American college students today graduating with debt, close to $29,000 on average.
Like the salary to debt ratio between me and people my age, we can have what they owe.
We can have what they owe.
That was a bar. That was deep. That hit the soul right on the button.
Yeah.
Welding program director Tony Studi says this track is an easy sell.
You want to make $50,000? Can you afford to borrow $6,000 to come here for a year?
You just see their little teenage eyes light up.
Oh, yeah, and the parents, too.
Yeah, what do parents say?
Yeah, they're like, that's more than I make.
And you know what? That's great for the parents because a lot of times they're on the hook for the student loans because they're going to be co-signing. And sometimes when these kids graduate with a degree and I don't know, you have a degree on how many different colors are in Mozart or in Beethoven. I don't know. I'm saying music guys for paintings, but you know what I'm talking about. You have a useless degree that has no real world application and you graduate with no job prospects, but debt on your back still. And you took 4 or 5 years, 6 years out of your life. Or I'm taking a gap year. A gap year. Listen, you could be 18 years old, 17 years old, graduate high school. By the time you're 19, you're making $50,000 and you have no debt. To me, for a lot of kids, that's a much better proposition than going to college aimlessly to graduate and have no job at the end of it. And then you want to come back when you're 29, 30 years old. You might have been locked up because you've done some things illegally to make money. Now you want to try to go and be a welder. Well, you could have been that from the very beginning if you made the right steps in your life, made the right life choices. But I'm getting real long-winded, so I digress.
That reality drawing more women and people of color. Today, many on social media, where trades influencers showcase a hands-on career more alluring than classroom learning.
I don't like the whole trying to segment women and people of color. I don't like that at all. Just talk about Americans, period. It don't matter what color you are.
To even top students.
Yeah, historically, there's been a bit of a stigma attached to jobs in the trades. Maybe kids that were getting into trouble or didn't have a good academic record. Now that's not necessarily the case. It's not looked down upon as a career path.
An old path made new again by a generation forging their own future. Maggie Vespa, NBC News, Madison.
Now, here's my question. What is causing the big increase among Gen Z as far as their interest and enrollment in skilled trades programs? Is it a thing coming from schools? Because I'm seeing a bunch of LGBT. I see the LGBT propaganda on the interwebs, on the news, when I read it in news articles. But is there more to what's happening in K through 12? Do we have a lot of good that's happening? I know it's not all bad and it's not all doom and gloom. You got some good spots. Do we have marketing happening on social media? I've seen some videos floating around. I'll be like, that's a pretty good marketing campaign for the skilled trades. Or is it just people, sometimes the parents, realizing, you know what? College is not all it's cracked up to be many times. Sometimes it makes sense. You want to be a doctor, you want to be a biochemist, you want to be something like that, then college, okay, go ahead. That makes sense. But if you don't really have a path and you're not really, you're not necessarily a super genius or you don't want to be a lawyer. Okay, well, are you good with your hands? Can you become good with your hands? Do you have a year of your life? You got $6,000. You want to make some money. You don't want debt. You want some freedom? Okay, go ahead and do this. Now, as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to all the young men and women, because let's not forget about them. I know a female welder, great welds, fantastic. And she's still feminine, pretty. She don't have the bulldagger energy. You know what I mean? So you can still maintain femininity and be in the skilled trades. The young guys out there, it's a no-brainer. Why not? This country was built on work. It was built on Americans doing things for ourselves. And as I was saying before, these are going to be life skills you carry throughout your entire life, whether they be at a job site or not. You want to be a homeowner? Okay, there's going to be repairs. There's going to be costs associated with these repairs. But if you can do some things, like let's say you get a certification in HVAC technician and you do that, okay, you're the kind of guy that goes from house to house and checks the furnace and the outdoor units and all this kind of stuff, right? You're changing out air filters. If that's a case that needs to happen, you're doing that kind of stuff for others. But when you go home and your AC unit kicks out and it's 115 degrees and it's something as simple as repairing a condenser, you know how to do that. You don't got to call the company and wait forever to have them to come do that for you. If your washing machine kind of breaks, your dishwasher, simple things around the house you can fix. Again, you got a girlfriend, something like this, you got parents, whatever, you can do that for them because you have become a utility that you can utilize to make money or to make your own life easier. So I say the skilled trades, even if you don't go do that for your entire career, it's still a good thing to get involved in. High school, middle school, college, not college, trade school. If you want to go to the next level and really make some money, go do that. An apprenticeship, trade school, that is definitely a good path for a lot of our American young people. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion about Gen Z becoming the tool belt generation? Do you believe the study? Because it's Wall Street Journal that put it out back, I think, in April last year, 24. But you got news companies, news organizations picking up on the story right now. You think it's a real thing? Do you think they're just trying to encourage Americans to get into the skilled trades and it's not really as much of an increase as they say? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I think this is a real thing. I'm seeing a lot of Gen Z, a lot of young guys getting into trades. Okay, so I have a furnace in the house, outdoor unit. The guys that come and service it, these are young guys, 24, 25, 20, young guys doing it. Okay, it was at one point in time, you see a bunch of the older guys, still hanging on, trying to come out and service. But now a lot of young guys are doing it. That's a really good sign. We have health, we have life in this country, and we're not going away anytime soon. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.